Hi folks, Bob Krebs, Sales Manager with Pure Pursuit Automotive here with this beautiful 2014 Porsche Cayman. This is one fantastic car, and if you want to talk about sports cars, this is a sports car. To give you a little bit of an idea about the cockpit and the arrangements, first of all, it's kind of tight in here, but it's supposed to be. The vehicle is only a two-seater with the engine and the mid-engine in the rear, so I'm 6'5", but I'm comfortable here, so I'm sure you can be as well. Just to give you kind of an idea, again, everything is really ergonomically right here, very, very close, easy to get to, all over the interior of the cockpit. I always keep my headlights on automatic, so that way you don't ever have to touch them again, basically. They have all the amenities of pretty much every other vehicle of its class have, which are the power windows. Well, you've only got two here. And of course the power mirrors you can control from either side. And then of course you have your vents here that go from two on this side and two on this side for your air conditioning and controlling that. And of course the regulating the airflow through those as well. The instrumentation here in the center, you go from the left is your speedometer, center's tachometer, where it measures the RPMs of the engine. And then of course you've got a readout gauge on the right side here that gives you a lot of different information if you so choose. You can go through several different things: the trip, odometer, the speed, the average speed of the car, the current air in each of the tires, all of the readings on the vehicle, such as the temperature of the engine, the oil temperature, how many PSI, and of course you've got your radio stations, and as well as the current time and temperature outside the vehicle. So again, always to me critical information to have at all times. And of course in the center of the tachometer gives you your readout for your miles per hour as well. So the steering wheel, just perfect. You got your larger grips here at 10 and 2 position, which is your prime driving position for the car. Easily gripped, wide enough, kind of meaty to hang on to. And you've got your controls on the left side for your parking signals, for your cruise control, for your windshield wipers, and of course for your control here for all the information you have in there in the center. Moving to the center console of the vehicle here, you got the information center, and of course up here you have the lock on the outside of the doors here, so that's in a little bit different place. You got your hazards here in case you need to utilize those. And then in the center here you've got this information center. Again, right now it's on radio, so that you can choose different types of radio stations that you like, and you can go from FM to AM to your phone settings to be able to set your phone up here as well, and that's really easily done, to your CD, and then at that point in time you can put your CD in. It's got your track list, whether you want to repeat it, shuffle, start, whatever, and your satellite as well. So that way if you are subscribing to a satellite service, which in this case this vehicle isn't currently, but you can certainly do that, you'll be able to get Sirius radio. Over here on the left you've got your tones and for the radio that you're setting up for your sound, your bass, your treble, etc., etc. You can set that at whatever level you want to. And then down from the information center, we've got the climate control system here, which is you've got your heat and your cool. In this case, we've got the air conditioning on. Low is 60 degrees, and of course you can go up from there to whatever you so desire. It's also got the same controls on the right side here, so that the person who's in the right seat can control their particular heat or cool that comes out. Then on both sides you have the seat heater. You got high, medium, and low on the seat heater. Same thing on this side. For the passenger you got the high, medium, and low on the seat heater. Fantastic to have in the winter, or just on one of those cool days that you decided you'd like to have the seats heated up for you. Manual transmission, real easy here, the H pattern with reverse all the way over to the left. Okay, we come down here and we've got several different settings for the Cayman as well, and you've got the sports setting here, which essentially causes the vehicle to set itself to different drive pattern, and that's if you're going to be going, let's say, maybe even a little bit of track driving or on some hilly areas, and certainly if you've got some turns and whatnot, you're going to want that in sport mode. That makes the driving a lot easier, more swifter, and a lot more nimble. Then of course you've got this setting here for the vehicle, which is a skid control, and this is basically keeps you from the vehicle getting out of control on slick surfaces or snow or mud or ice, things like that. So you can have that on or off as you so desire. Over here we have the auto stop and start feature here, so that when the clutch is in and you're pulling up to a stop, since it is a manual and not an automatic, it will then shut the engine off automatically, so it saves fuel and economy. That typically is on a lot of sport luxury vehicles, but they are automatic, so it's a little easier done. In this case also, this is the spoiler, the rear spoiler, the control for that, and you can turn it on by pressing it in and holding it, and this indicates that it is up. Or to put it down, you press it and hold that down, and when that light goes off, it indicates that the vehicle is the spoilers down. So real simple. You got a little bit of a storage space here. You got some storage space in the center here also that you can put some glasses, sunglasses, or a telephone if you want. It better be a thin one because there's not a lot of space here. You got the transaxle underneath this car. So, and of course up here for your garage doors, it's got 3 different settings to program to pull this thing in your garage door. And you got some overhead lighting here as well, kind of like airplane lighting for when the driver or the passenger decides if they need something to read. You say, well gosh, where do I put beverages in this vehicle? That's very simple. We have a little area right here that's got a nice piece of metal contrast to it. Depress that, and you've got a couple of drink holders that pop out here. And that way you can put your drinks in these and set them for whatever size that you want for those drinks. So that way you don't spill your drinks and you don't have to hold them in your lap. So that's pretty simple. And of course you got your glove compartment here that you've got your manuals and anything else you might like to store. So, all right, well the vehicle's ready to go. Let's take this thing out for a test drive.